Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course, and in this particular session we are going to learn about the AWS pricing model. So we are going to learn about the pricing structure, what are the different structures available. So we are going to learn about all these things in this particular session. So now let's start the session. So in this session, we are learning about the AWS pricing model, and we will try to understand like what exactly the model which actually AWS use in order to give you the cost, like the service which you are actually using. So first of all, let's try to understand like what is AWS pricing model. So AWS offers variety of pricing models to help their customer to choose the best financial options. Okay, so like sometimes like we are having pay as you go policy. Sometimes we are having subscription model. Sometimes we are having what I can say tiered pricing model. So there are lots of pricing model based on the service, or based on the consumption, or we can say based on the users requirement. We are having different I can say pricing models in AWS. Okay, now let's talk about the key features. So when we talk about the AWS pricing model, so it is very much flexible. Okay, and this is the reason like AWS is having one of the largest user base around the globe. And if we try to compare AWS with other cloud service provider, AWS is actually the biggest market player in the space of cloud. So why it is so? Because AWS provide lots of flexibility. So the first thing is AWS having free tier model. So as all of you are using free tier account as of now, because when we talk about free tier is account like in which we are having all the possibilities, or I can say all the what I can say things which we need in order to learn the AWS. Okay, or at the time of learning AWS, whatever the things we are going to use, or whatever the capacity we need, we are having everything in AWS free tier account. Okay, so that's the flexibility which AWS provide. And the thing is like when we talk about the pricing, like how AWS is actually charging the cost, or charging its customer. So it is too much flexible. Okay, means let's suppose there are different what I can say instances, or different services which we are actually using. So for the particular moment, if we are using that, then we are paying for that. If we are not using, we are not paying for that. Okay, so if your service is idle and you are not using that service, you don't have to pay for that. Okay, and when you are paying, so in order to pay, you are having lots of options. So this kind of flexibility AWS provides. And now we are having next thing is cost management. Okay, so when we talk about cost management, AWS having lots of service by which we can manage the cost. Okay, or we can optimize the cost. Okay, and apart from this, AWS actually what I can say provides lots of services. With the help of those services, we can actually optimize the cost of when we are using the other services as well, or I can say the core services which we are actually using. Okay, so these kind of I can say flexibility, or I can say cost management, AWS is actually giving, and it is, I can say, one of the best thing about the AWS. Okay, so now let's talk about the pricing structure which AWS actually offering. So first we are having pay as you go, I have already told you. Second, we are having subscription model, and the third, we are having tiered pricing model. Okay, so the first, pay as you go. Okay, so let's suppose you are having one website which is running on a server. Okay, so at whatever the load you are having, whatever the capacity you are having, based on that particular configuration, or the capacity, or the traffic, you are actually paying to the AWS. Okay, so it is not like that you are I can say getting a server for 10,000 requests and you are paying for the 10,000 traffic. It is not like that. If you are having 1,000 I can say traffic of 1,000 user, you have to pay accordingly. Okay, so this is comes under pay as you go policy. Like whatever you are using, how much you are using, you are paying for that. Next, we are having subscription model. So we have already used this model somewhere. So I'm just giving you, I can say 10 seconds so that you guys can actually recall like where we have used this. Okay, so I think like you are guessing it right. Like we have used this when we were actually understanding about the AWS security, like AWS WAF or Shield means at the time of security. So when we talk about WAF, like in WAF we were using subscription model and the price was $3,000 per month. Okay, it was huge. So it actually that actually comes under subscription model. And apart from that, we are having tiered pricing. So tiered pricing is basically, as per the, usage, you are, as per the usage, like of a particular service you are paying to the AWS. Okay, so for example, let's take three instances. So we are having instance 1, instance 2, and instance 3. So in instance 1 we are having, very low capacity, we are having very slow speed. And in instance 2 we are having very moderate speed and moderate, what I can say, capacity. But in instance 3 we are having, very fast speed, and everything is very, I can say, top of the world. So we can understand for the fast things, or I can say best service or configuration, we have to pay much as compared to the less, configuration, or I can say moderate configuration. Okay, so these things can be, we can understand these things comes under the pricing. Okay, means, as you can see, just read it out from here. Like some services offer reduced prices as usage increases, allowing customers to benefit from economies of scale. Means as per the, I can say, usage increases, like AWS actually providing, or I can say offering, this tiered pricing model where you can actually pay AWS as per your usage. Okay, or I can say like there are, different I can say scenarios where we can use these kind of, pricing models. But generally we use, pay as you go more policy and tiered pricing model generally. Okay, and most of sometimes like we use subscription model as well. So this was all about the, AWS, what I can say, pricing model. And this is how AWS actually, I can say, charging us. So now I'm just going to give you the overview of AWS, billing section, from where you can check in your system like how much, I can say bill you're having as of now in your in your AWS account, and from where you can check it, and the other things related to the AWS pricing models. Okay, so I hope you have understood each and everything very, I can say, very effective manner. So now let's actually go to our AWS console. So as you can see, like I'm in my console home, and now in the search bar I'm just, searching for billing. So once you will search for billing, you will get, AWS billing conductor, and billing and cost management. So we are getting lots of, options. So now let's just click on billing and cost management. Okay, and it will take some time. Okay, so this is the billing and cost management section, and as you can see, month to date cost, like I'm having this cost, and this month forecast I'm having this much, and this is the, I can say, the billing section I'm having, and these kind of services which actually I'm using right now, and these services are actually giving me the, lots of, I can say, pricing, and these are the things. Now let's talk about bills. So if I click on bills, okay, so this is the bill which I am actually getting. So from September 1 to September 30, the cost is $1,400. Like it is, I can say, quite huge. Okay, it is, I can say, very huge. And apart from that, like we are getting like this much cost. So this is the actual cost which we need to pay to the AWS. Okay, and like you might be thinking, why am I getting this much, this cost? Because, I'm using AWS, and I'm actually building lots of project on AWS, and I'm teaching a lot by using this AWS account. So that's why I'm getting this cost. But if you, like, you guys are using free tier account, and in that, like, you must be having very, I can say, zero or very nominal cost, like $1 or $2, not more than that. And maybe like if you're getting $5 or $10, after that your account gets suspended. But before that, like, you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, you are just using the free tier account. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting like about the billing and other model. Okay, and apart from that, we are having cost analysis, cost organization, budget and planning, savings and commitment. So like in the upcoming session I will be, we will be actually exploring all these, I can say sections. So as of now, I hope you guys have understood about the, billing model and the pricing model which actually AWS offering us as a customer. Okay, so we are getting these things, and now you guys are having the idea like how you are going to use the service and how much you are going, like how AWS is going to charge you. Okay, so that was all about the billing model. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you so much. So I hope you guys have understood about the pricing model and the different pricing structure in this particular session. So why this thing is is important particularly, because no matter which service you are using, at the end you have to pay something. Okay, you have to pay the bills, you have to pay the cost which you are getting like in returns of using this particular service. So you need to understand like how AWS actually gives you the bills. Okay, so these are the things which we are going to learn in the upcoming sessions as well. So I hope you guys have understood each and everything. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.